Science and geography. 3 activities worth, in total, 30 points, each activity worth 10. You will be researching different living things from your chosen country. If you are yet to choose a country, or you're doing New Zealand, I have given you some links on New Zealand down here. We have the first one on the country itself, on the island. The second one on the plant species, which is here. Looks like that. Metrosideros excelsa, beautiful plant. The next one will be on the Wetapunga insect, and the last one there is on the New Zealand falcon. Just in case you are having trouble or you're stuck. But your job is going to be writing a fact sheet. It says sheet, but it could also say sheets. Writing fact sheet or fact sheets for each of the living world things. So we're talking about living world. Things that grow, right, that are birthed, grow old, and then die. And yes, plants are birthed. It's called propagation. You're going to do an animal. You're going to do a plant and an insect. You may choose to present the fact sheet using the ones provided. So I created a fact sheet for each of them, provided on the following slides. Or you can create your own, or you can do a PowerPoint presentation. You can attach it. If you're doing an entire presentation on your country, you can attach these to that PowerPoint as well. So you can write animals or living things, animals, that type of thing. The first of the slides for your fact sheets will be the living things animal slides. Yes, it is not the right way up. You can get this, we will have it ready for you as a resources link, but it will look like this. Now, you always put your name and points. This is if you want to use this. But this also gives you an idea of what we want to see as well. You have your country and your animal name. Classification: is it a mammal, reptile, fish, bird, or amphibian? You are drawing or inserting an image. You're allowed to draw the images, but as long as you detail them or even label them. You can put a blurb of the image. This is just the things we expect. Habitat: where does it live? We've done habitats. Size: how big does it get when it's an adult? How big is it when it's born? Things like that's all on average. The diet: is it a carnivore, omnivore, or herbivore? If you're using this page, you can either color in the classification and the diet it is, or you can cross out the others. Eats: what does it eat? Natural predators: what hunts it down? 3 interesting facts, and then other animals. But how to research them. When you're doing your research on your specific animal, plant, or insect, you're going to come across a lot of information you don't need. But that's okay. The whole idea of gathering information is to draw out the information you do need. So it's important to read it all, to have a look at different things. So it says here the New Zealand falcon, or the Falco novazelandii day. I'm a plant specialist, I'm an animal specialist, excuse the pronunciation. Is the only living bird of prey endemic to New Zealand. The 3 recognized forms of the New Zealand falcon vary in size and color, depending on the geographical distribution. So that, straight away, we've got an interesting fact, don't we? That it is the only remaining bird of prey in New Zealand. Interesting. That's endemic to New Zealand. It's a good, interesting fact. So it says here, distribute, so we've got the smallest of the 3 forms, rarely exceeding 450 grams in weight, and the wingspan is 40 centimeters. Small bird for a falcon. It is also darker in color with faint. So we've got description, we've got the size right there. So we've just found the information there you could add to your fact sheet. So that would probably go into size. So country, animal, we know it's a bird. We've got the size so far. Bird of prey, so it's a carnivore. 3 things already we've just found out through this alone. Distribution, feeding and breeding. It gives you more about its food, it gives you about the breeding and where it goes. We've got also dot points here we'll get to, found mainly in heavy bush. So we know where it lives, in bush. It is an elusive creature. It prefers habitats undisturbed by humans, though it has adapted well to significant habitat loss. So it doesn't like humans very much. It prefers to be isolated away from humans in the shrubbery. It looks like bushlands. Let's see how I'm drawing the information out. It's not going to give you directly what you need to know. You're going to take the information and place it where it needs to go on the fact sheet. And that's how we do this. This is how it's done. You read it, you go, that could go in here. That would be nice here. That's an interesting fact. Things like that. So that's basically how you draw the information out. We've got how it flies. We've got 3 interesting facts there. Threats. So these are the natural predators. When it says threats, it's got cats, hedgehogs. So you can get the information just out of this, but you have to find it. It's not going to give it to you. You have to look for it yourself. Same with all information. So then you might come to the plants section, which looks like this. To get the information, sometimes the information you get isn't the same. The last one I just showed you was the Falcon, and this one looks like this. This is for the Metrosideros excelsa. Now, I know you've watched this video and done your research if you do this one little trick. The biggest netty no-no when it comes to writing down the botanical name, the scientific name, that's why we've got here both. Botanical or scientific name and the common name, because plants have 2. Not everyone knows the Metrosideros excelsa, but they might know that one, or it's even more commonly known as the New Zealand Christmas tree. But not everyone, but in science we don't know that. This is how you write it out. This is not a typo. The genus, which is the first name, always begins with a capital, and the species name always begins with a lowercase. Sometimes they have a variety or a subspecies that is capitalized, but also sometimes italicized, where you make the letters go sideways. It's just a little trick there. But when you're looking through this, it's not going to give you the answers like I said before. You have to find it. Sprawling branches of around 20 meters, that would be the size. Habitat, features, look, going straight here, habitat, where it's grown. Features, 20 meters tall and a canopy spread of 10 to 50 meters. So 20 meters tall and half a football field wide. But I have to draw this information out. You can't just research one fact sheet and transfer it onto this fact sheet. That's not your task. Your task is to draw upon many different resources and put it all conveniently for us into the one fact sheet. This one right here, or one of your own. Think about this. How does Wikipedia work? Even though it's not credible, that just random people can get sources from everywhere else. Sometimes they don't, that's why it's not credible, but they get resources from everywhere to put it into the one format so you can read it and understand it. That's what we want you to do. Look up different ways. I've given you one here, but I would type in Metrosideros excelsa into Google search and look at other things. Look at other information. Find the information that I need. I don't want to see gaps in these. No gaps. I can tell you right now, New Zealand have more than 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 other plants there. So 11. They have more than 11 plants in their little island that are native to their island. Find them. Look for more images. Insert or draw, delete. Insert or draw. of the plant and the leaf and the flower. You can draw them. I drew them. I learned how to draw them. So all this information has to go in. What type of plant are you researching? What's the size? Lifespan, is it an annual or a perennial? Does it just go from seed then to reseeding and then death in 1 year, or does it grow for many years? Is the fruit edible? Is it medicinal? Well, some interesting facts. You can't get all of that from the one researching thing. Look, this gives us a great deal of information. It tells us what eats it, and tells us propagation techniques, but it doesn't tell us everything. You have to look for it. Is the fruit of the Metrosideros excelsa edible? Is what I would write up here. And then we'll come up with, well, no, maybe it isn't. Where else can you find it? Things like that. So you have to keep looking for different sources, different bits of information. You'll have fun with it, believe me. It'll be really beneficial for you. And once you start getting the researching bug, it opens up so many other doors for you, and you feel, and you can't stop. It's really awesome. So enjoy it. I look forward to reading more. Take care. Bye.